Students who transfer to another school and want to continue playing varsity sports have to submit a hardship waiver to the North Dakota High School Activity Association. If the association denies the application, the student cannot play varsity sports for a full year. Ken Calzarasi joins us in studio after finding that even serious hardship claims do not always get approved.
Joey, that's right. The Activities Association defines a hardship as something beyond the control of a student or the student's parents, and it must involve undue hardship or emergency. Their executive director, Matt Fetch, tells me they've received about 100 hardship applications over the past 5 years, and bullying was listed as the reason in about a quarter of those, which you might think fills the criteria of a hardship that is beyond the control of a student. I looked into one hardship case where a student athlete was denied their eligibility because the association did not have evidence of the bullying. So we put North Dakota first and found out the protocol for investigating bullying claims and what evidence the association has access to before making a decision.
School counselors like Mandan's Callie Schnell are the first line of defense in bullying claims.
They're going to give me the version of what happened, and then yes, first and foremost, we got to go through choices. How do you want this problem solved? Because sometimes there are students who absolutely refuse to report any more than just to the counselor. And of course, if I think it's imminent danger for anybody, I have to go above and beyond, and I have to report that anyways.
A 2012 state law mandated that school districts establish procedures for reporting and documenting alleged acts of bullying. Thanks to that state law, forms like these are available to students to begin the formal process of a bullying investigation.
And they will fill it out and turn it into administration as a referral and as a concern. Once they have that information, and then they turn it into administration and or counselor or teacher. From there it actually is taken into our hands, and then we actually act on the policy.
These forms are an important step in providing a potential solution.
Any form of good documentation serves as a means for reporting back to families and also the professionals that are working in the school.
So if I'm a varsity athlete at a school and have been bullied to the point of wanting a transfer, my hardship application must have a few things. My new school explaining why they believe I've suffered a hardship, a letter from my parents saying why they believe the same, and a form my old principal fills out saying whether he or she thinks my hardship should be approved. Now, I got permission to view a past application that the NDHSAA denied due to a lack of bullying evidence. And when I looked through all the documents the association used to make their decision, the state-mandated bullying reporting form was nowhere to be found. And the parent of the denied athlete said their school never presented them that form. What I did see were the other necessary forms: parent letters describing meetings with the original principal, letters from former players alleging a culture of bullying, and doctor's letters saying that the student being bullied was clinically depressed and needed medication. There were also questionnaires which Matt Fetch appears to have used to investigate, but no state-mandated reporting documents from the school's administration. And when I noticed this, I offered to sit down with Mr. Fetch and discuss his investigation and that lack of documentation. Matt Fetch denied KX News' request for an interview.
A licensed counselor says sports can be therapeutic and a return to normal, so having a hardship denied can make healing more difficult.
I also coach sports, and I just think it's a good outlet for them to, meet new people and expand their friend circles. It's something else that they have as a motivator, that they feel good doing, and that they feel supported while they're doing it.
The student appealed to the association's eligibility committee, and that was also denied. The committee's notes from that appeal say that it was concerning there was no communication with the original school's administration, but they still have no authority to overrule a member school that has no record or verification of bullying. Now, schools should be using the state-mandated reporting forms, but when the association investigates a hardship at a school that didn't use the forms, they have no choice but to rule against the student. A troubling disconnect, you guys.